Rodney Loeppky is an associate professor at York University. He joins me live from Toronto to discuss the final debate. Professor, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's begin with Donald Trump's comments on whether he would accept the election results. Last night he said he would wait and keep us, quote, in suspense. Today he said he will accept the election results if he wins, adding a caveat. What do you make of this? And was this political suicide on Trump's part?
Well, whether it was political suicide or not, it could be a combination of his character and also his own calculation about what audience he thinks he needs to play to. In my opinion, it's likely that his advisors told him not to say it, but as has happened so many times in this campaign, he doesn't always listen to the advice of his advisors. And his oops moment in the middle of the debate, I think in his mind, was a pretty clever political move to shore up what he thinks is an expanding Republican base.
How unprecedented and dangerous is this for a presidential candidate to make a stunning declaration that he may not accept the results? This is supposed to be a peaceful transition of power in this country.
Well, I think it's certainly unprecedented, not because nobody's ever challenged an electoral process in the United States before. We know in 2000 that Al Gore did to a limited degree.
But is that a fair comparison?
No, it's absolutely not. He is making the pronouncement prior to any results coming in. And with all polls showing a landslide in favor of Hillary Clinton, it does seem like a baldly political move to destabilize the results, destabilize the legitimacy of the election in the minds of his supporters. Is it worrying? It's certainly worrying in terms of the social reaction that it might engender.
And that's not the only thing he said. Granted, that is the one statement he made that is making headlines. He was talking about border control and talking about bad hombres, how they should be kept out, and calling Clinton, when she's talking about something entirely different, interrupting her and saying, a nasty woman. Will this help him anyway? I mean, how is he going to get votes from Hispanics and from women when he makes these types of comments?
Well, quite honestly, I think that this has been a strategy of the right for a very long time in the United States, that if electoral prospects aren't very good, one way to shore them up is to turn to the security dialogue, and that can be threats from within, it can be threats from the border, and it can be threats from outside of the United States. Security scores points on the right electoral base, and sometimes it will even drag in independence. Do I think in this case that it's going to succeed for Trump? No, I don't. I think it's too dramatic, it's too obviously see-through, and it's not a sophisticated dialogue, but it's not a particularly new dialogue that he's engaging in.
I have to ask you about Hillary Clinton. She was combative. She also interrupted a number of times. Where did she do well? Where could she have gone better? And did she connect with the viewers?
Well, I think that arguably Hillary Clinton delivered the debate performance of her life, and it showed again the difference between prepping for a debate and not prepping for a debate. What she was very good at in debate terms was pulling together the many statements that Trump was making and showing a kind of grand picture, an image of Trump's character, an image of his standing in the face of U.S. democracy. And I think that that hurt him a great deal. Now, he sealed the deal with his various small comments that were obviously bombshells, but she was setting the backdrop for that because her vision of who Trump was and what it means in relation to American democracy made those comments seem that much more visceral.
So many firsts in this election, that is for sure. Professor Rodney Loeppky, thank you so much, sir, for your time.